Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Nasso. One of the biggest differences between the prayers here in Eretz Yisrael and outside of Eretz Yisrael is the Cohanim's blessing. In Israel, the Cohanim go up to the Aharon every morning and bless the people during the Chazin's repetition of Shemon Esrei. While Sephardim do the same outside of Israel, Ashkenazim only perform the priestly blessing, the Cohanim's blessing, on festivals outside of Israel. Receiving the daily blessing from the Cohanim is just a nice bonus of living here in Eretz Yisrael. But I can't help but wonder why the Cohanim are blessing the rest of us. What makes them so special? Our Torah portion contains the command for the Cohanim to bless the people every day. In his commentary to the command to bless the people, Ramban wrote, I already have written about the command for Aharon to lift up his hands towards the people and bless them on the day of the building of the Mishkan, earlier in the Torah. And here, Hashem commanded Aharon and his sons to bless the people throughout the generations. Hashem explained what the blessing was with which they are to bless them, right? The common standard blessing that we're all familiar with. At the inauguration of the Mishkan, God recorded, Aharon lifted his hands towards the people and blessed them. And he stepped down after offering the sin offering, the burnt offering, and the offering of the well-being. Rashi explained the blessing Aharon gave was the standard Kohanim's blessing. Beracha, Hashem, Ramban objected to Rashi's contention that Aaron's blessing at the Mishkan was the Kohanim's standard blessing that's commanded in our Sedra. The Ramban's argument went as follows. If the blessing at the Mishkan, which happened earlier, was the Kohanim's blessings, then it would take chronological precedence over the section of the blessing in our Torah portion. Ramban continued and he wrote, in a bracha it stated, the blessing at the inauguration was an unspecified blessing, the nature of which we don't know. This blessing which Aharon blessed the people was made of his own words, and the Torah did not explain to us what it was. But the blessing that the Cohanim have been commanded to say is for all future generations, and it has been spelled out, and it applies to Cohanim forever. It may be, said the Ramban, that the rabbis of the Brisa are of the opinion that here Hashem commanded Aharon to say the Kohanim's blessings on that day. And later on, in our Torah portion, this blessing was given to Aharon and his sons for the succeeding generations. Rashi maintained Aharon used the classic Kohanim's blessings when he blessed the people at the Mishkan. Ramban disagreed with Rashi and said that it wasn't necessarily the Kohanim's blessing. What's the disagreement between them? Ramban wrote Rambam wrote that the 26th blessing of the Cohanim to bless the Jewish people daily, and the 32nd mitzvah is that we are commanded to exalt, honor, and elevate the Cohanim, to treat them in the way of sanctity and respect. Even if they refuse to accept it, one should not listen to them. All of this, says the Rambam, is to honor Hashem, since Hashem singled them out to serve him and offer his sacrifices. Rambam's idea of Cohanim being mere vehicles of Hashem's blessings to the people can explain why they are the ones to bless the people. While we might have thought a qualification higher than just patriarchal descent would be necessary to bless the people, since the Cohanim are just vehicles of blessing, actually no significant qualification is needed. The Rambam's idea also explains the debate between Rashi and Ramban whether Aharon created his own bracha at the inauguration or he recited the standard Kohanim's blessing. If Aharon was a mere vehicle for blessing, he couldn't make up his own bracha. He had to follow the exact standard bracha, which is why Rashi maintained that he just said the standard blessing. But Ramban maintained that the Kohanim are more than just mere vehicles, and Aharon could create his own bracha. Shabbat Shalom.